Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new series called Noob Drives Trains. Of course, I'm your boy B-Matt. And today we're going to be starting a career on Derail Valley. It's a pretty cool game I picked up on Steam. Only been playing it for, a few hours. But I can tell right now, based on, my childhood fixation on trains, I am absolutely hooked. So let's see how far we can get. I'm gonna kind of make a series out of this. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe like and subscribe if you dig it. Anywho, let's go get some jobs. How many of these guys are about to get iced?
He's gonna get cut out by the flare, but
shit! So right away, I mean, obviously this is a brand new campaign. I am only starting with $2,000. I am playing on an easier difficulty because I am a noob. So I'm not gonna pretend like I know everything about this game, but I do know a little bit. I know off the bat, looking at some of these jobs, shunting. So it'd probably be best if I get my shunting license, bust out the wallet, and then confirm. Sweet. So I am okay to shunt. I'm gonna leave that there for now. Let's grab this one. Yeah, I'll do that one. Okay. So like I said, total noob at this game. I was watching, obviously, the series that Squirrel made. Really made me want to try this. I mean, usually I play a lot of other kinds of games, but I don't know. This game has always greatly intrigued me, so let's see what happens. Okay, so if I pull out this, you'll see the delivery order, kind of in the top right, SMSL 59. I'm going to be looking for cars that have this. So, looks like 3 cars. I'm going to kind of get everything together before I hand this in. So, in fact, let's check these cars. It's an A5S, so S stands for storage. This will be a storage line. Maybe it'll be over here. Okay, so SMSL 57. Yeah, these are not the ones I'm looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Okay, let's check these ones out. 96, it's not what we're looking for. Another 57, still not what we're looking for. Okay, so that did not work as I thought it would. You know what, screw it. I mean, it says 72 minutes. Why don't we just turn it in and see if that kind of spawns them? So yeah, let's check it out. That's on B8S. That's on B7S. That's on A7. Okay, that's where we load it. Okay, so real quick, our station map. B8S, B7S. Okay, so those are in the transfer yard, actually. So, oh, wrong thing. Okay. So we will have to get it to A7 loading. So transfer yard obviously is out here where all of these rail tracks are. Looks like our cars are all the way in the back. Let's go. B7S. Yeah, B7S, B8S. Okay. So yeah, SMSL 59. Okay, so these are the cars that we're looking for. Those are 2 of them at least. 71. Okay, so this car right here. Link up with another car. Okay, so these are not linked. That's good. So this car, and then these two cars. Okay, so that should be simple enough. Let's get our DE2 train in order. Bring that over and then start, getting these cars ready to shunt, ready to load. This is diesel we're looking for. DE2. That is going to be my train of choice. So let's get this over to where it links up with that. A little more. Okay, there we go. It's locked in. All right. Basically, I've already done like the tutorial and stuff. I'm gonna kind of quickly walk through how you would start an engine like this. So we want to flick all of our breakers on. Of course, a dash light and a cab light. You don't necessarily need that. I usually turn dash light on. Do need to flick this down. This is your brake cutout. So this is kind of the valve that operates your brake system. Just like any ball valve, if it's cocked to the side, so it's running perpendicular to the pipe in which the valve's installed, it will be off. If it is in line or parallel, it is on. So right now it is in on position. I'm going to throw my reverser forward. Of course, brake pipe. Your dashboard. Obviously this is blinking. That's because there is no pressure in the brake line. So once we start this thing, we should see that start to build. So, because you always want pressure in your brake pipe, right? If you have no hydraulics or anything kind of running, your brake system, then obviously brakes won't work. Same kind of deal in a car, right? You don't pump up your brakes, they're not going to work. Okay. So station map. I want to get to B8S, B7S. That's where my cars are located. It doesn't really matter in which order I do so. Going the wrong way. Obviously, I am here in the turntable. I want to kind of pull forward, get this thing on the turntable, spin this thing, make my way downtown. Right, I'm gonna kind of exit the station, turn around, come back to get into the B yard. So, and then of course once I'm in the B yard, probably get to 7, back out, get to 8, back out. I'm an expert at not mousing the right way. Then I'll pull out and back into A7L. All right. So let's go ahead and give this thing a little bit of throttle. Wait. So this is like kind of like your handbrake. So basically anytime you stop the train, you're getting out of the train, you want to engage this. I did not disengage this, so that's why the train kind of struggled to get going. Alrighty. Now that we are firmly onto the turntable, I'll start to spin this thing. Now I'm gonna want to spin it to where the front of the train is kind of facing this way. So let's go like this. There we go. All right. We're in position. I'm gonna want to have my comms radio out. Obviously, I want to, you know, change switches as we go. Turn this back off. Turn this off. And let's just coast the train forward a little bit. So, ideally what I want to do, I want to work my way out of this, kind of go out of the station, stop, and then come back. So, get this shunting business in order. Alright, once I get past this switch, I'll want to stop the train, so use my train brake. We'll start doing that now. Like I said, always engage this whenever you're exiting the train. And I'll bust out my comms radio, switch that. You guys want to go to my station map, you can see my train's basically right here. I want to back into the B yard because I need to, once again, flip the wrong way. I want to get to B7 and then I want to get to B8. So real quick, I'm going to kind of run down these tracks here. Because like I said, we are not even at this. We're kind of out here. So I kind of want to make sure that all my ducks are in a row before I start pulling up to B7. So get that in order. Okay, so right away, this switch is how I want it. I want it facing the right. So you can see bottom left, top right. That is the way in which the switch is moving. So this is good. This will keep me straight. I want this switch to the right because I want to make my way down this track. As you can see, this is B7S. My car should be the very first one. And then B8S. My car should be the very first two. So off the jump, I'll go... Oh, shit. Off the jump, I want to go to B7S. As you can see, that is B7S, B8S. So I want to switch this. So I go down to B7S. Real quick. I'm just making sure I have this right. Yeah, SM59SL. If I go all the way, yep, SM-SL59. So the very first car on this track on B7S is mine. And not these cars, but these two cars, SL59, SL59, these are also mine. Okay. Alright, so now all that is in order. I'm going to flip the reverser back because I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to take off my train brake. I'm going to take off my handbrake. So, I'm going to keep this on 1. Now let's see if I mess this up at all. I should be going into B7S. Slow down a little bit. You really only want to contact rail cars going about 5 kilometers an hour. Right now you can see we're over 10. So really slow that down. Kind of coast into it a little bit. Still hovering around 10. Pump this up just a little bit. Take it off again now that we're hovering around 5. I'm not even close enough to make that, so. Okay. So we are about there. Activate our handbrake. Once again, making sure. Yep, SMSL 55 or 59. So I'm still not even close enough. Like I said, folks, Noob drives trains. Okay, now I am definitely close enough. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, slap that on. Slap these together. Okie dokie. This first train car is together. Make sure those aren't coupled. Let's take the handbrake off. Okay. Sounds like something's hissing. Okay. Now, I want to pull forward. Now I'm on B7S, so I'm going to pull myself and the car forward, just kind of get past this switch, and then flip it to where I'm on this line to get to B8S to pick up my cars, those two cars right there. So now that I'm coupled together, I have one car. Let's make it happen. All right. So, like I said before, we need to flip this switch in order to get onto B8S. So let me bust out my radio. Switch this bad boy. Okay. Put the reverser. Take off the handbrake. Disengage the train brake. Start backing up. All right, now let's hook these up. Put that onto there. Slap those two together. Turn these valves. Okay, so here's my first car. Make sure this is my second car. Yep, SMSL 59. Okay, brake is off on the other one, but on this one. Once again, yep, SMSL 59. I'm not hooked up to any other cars. We're good to go. Let's make sure. Okay, these two are linked up. Oh, I've been forgetting to do. Tighten that up. Pretty sure I forgot to do that on this one too. Like I said, Noob drives trains, so anybody watching this that actually has experienced this game will easily pick me apart, but it is what it is. Okay. Now that that is in order, I need to get out of the B yard into AL7, or A7L, rather. Yeah, if I go to my order, okay, I have all these cars picked up. Now I need to take them to A7L. So I need to get out of the B yard, basically pull all the way out, kind of like how we did before. Switch this switch to take me down, and then make a right at this switch to get into A7L. So, real quick before I move anywhere, actually, so let's pull this thing forward, kind of get ahead of that one switch, the initial switch that we switched before. That is a lot of switching. And then let's pull into A7L. All right, once I'm past this switch, start applying some brake. Okay. Put this brake on. Am I past the switch enough? Let's find out, I guess. Ah, not quite. Okay. Okay, so let's take that off. Literally just enough throttle. Just enough throttle. Wait. You're gonna see me forgetting about that a lot. Okay, now I feel like I am fully past the switch. Now let's flip this switch. Yep. Oh. Okay, actually, before I hop back in the train, I'm gonna make sure all my switches are correct. Okay. So that switch over there is going to turn me down to this track. Let's see. Okay, so that's A7L. So I'm going to want this track turn to this way, so I head down A7L. So I'm going to kind of make it, you kind of see a gray box way there, way down there at the end of the laser. That's pretty much where I want to park this thing in order to load up this train. So once this thing's loading up, then I can turn the job in, and then we are good to go. Alright, it's getting a little dark. So I'm gonna turn some lights on. Okay, building up a decent bit of speed. Let's coast. Okay, I am currently on the correct track. Like I said, I want to get all the way down there. You see that gray box? That's actually the console where I'm going to load this bad boy up. So once the last car is kind of close to that box, I'm gonna really start applying the brake. Right, let's go ahead and apply some brake. Okay, awesome. Turn on my handbrake. Let's load this bad boy up. Okay. All three of those cars are loaded. Sounds good on my order. Oh, going the wrong way. Okay. B10. So if I go to my station map, scroll forward to the B. So B10 is basically like the way we kind of came in. It's the track all the way to the left. So we're going to pull out. Okay, so right now we're here. We're going to pull out of this, you know, make a left, make a right, stop the train, you know, outside of the station basically. Flip this thing, this switch here, go back into B yard. Once again, wrong way. And then flip this track. So I'm going left, 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 left into B10. Make sure of that real quick. Yep. So that's what we'll do. Okay. Let's bad boy forward. Take off the brake. Take off that brake. just put it on 2 power for now. You always want to check out your amp meter. Basically, if this thing hits the red, this train goes kablooey. So, always want to keep that in mind. That's why you really want to, like, this is your throttle. You really want to, you know, engage this in steps. You don't just want to max this thing out or else you'll blow up your engine. Especially a diesel electrical like this. And disengage my throttle. I mean, we're already up around 20 kilometers an hour. Once again, once I get past this switch, I'm going to want to stop and then reverse back into B10. So let's pay attention to where my back of my train is compared to that switch. And I will start applying brake. Okay. So I'm still getting used to all the control binds, the key binds, so you see me kind of like manually doing shit. That would be why. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure all of the switches are the way I need them. So this one I need to go straight. The next few, literally, I need all of them left. As you can see, I'm going all the way to B01 or B10. Don't mind me if I keep messing that up. So, like I said, this is the series implies this is Noob Drives Trains. So it is of course getting nighttime. So I kind of want to get this done, then go to sleep. Once again, like I said, I want all of these facing left. So that one facing left. This one's already facing left. This one's facing left. You can see B40, B3I, so it's an intake line. And then, yep, B10. That's the track I want to get to. Last switch is left, so it looks like I'm pretty much good to go with everything facing left. Except the very first switch, I want facing right. Alright, now all the switches are squared away. So, let's put this thing into full reverse. Disengage my handbrake. Disengage my train brake. Let's kick this on 1 for now. Starting to get this thing moving. Actually, let's kick it on 2. As you can see, I mean, that very far left track is what I'm aiming for. Okay. So, I'm gonna leave that on. Leave this on. Okay. Let's see what the last... Delivery cars must be at the destination track with at least 1 handbrake applied. So I'm gonna disconnect from the train. Okay. So that should be delivered. So let's head on over to the, station office. Let's hand this bad boy in. Okay, let's validate the order. In progress. Oh, I'm a moron. Okay. I totally forgot to apply a handbrake. So yeah, let's do that. Apply the handbrake. Once again, folks, Noob Drives Trains. So. Okay. So I should be able to hand this bad boy in and get some money. So just like that, got everything over. 10,000 was 5,000. Cool 15K in my pocket. All right. So first shunting order in business. First job. End of the day total sitting just over 16,000. And I'd say it's a pretty good place to kind of end the first episode, you know, first job out of the way. Next episode, you know, we will see what exactly we can get into as far as with the DE2. So I think I'm going to put my guy to bed and then wake up when it's light time. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see what we get into in the next episode.